What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon, MLB DFS video. We are back for a smaller 10-game Thursday slate, May 25th. So, 10 games. Not all the pitchers are out yet for whatever reason. Kind of waiting on it. But I needed to make this video, so here we go. We did it again. You all did it again. We hit over 50 likes in the video yesterday, which was completely awesome. And thus, we will have a winner. So if this is the first time you've been here, anytime we get new subs, we get the video to get over 50 likes, someone will win an MLB pass brought to you by FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. So what we're going to do is, this is what we're going to do moving forward. Since the videos have been so popular, it's been awesome. So we're going to tier it out. So anytime these videos get 50 likes, we will put a random.org list together of everyone who leaves a comment. Someone will win a week pass to MLB DFS brought to you by FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. Anytime a video gets 100 likes and you leave a comment, we will throw out a random.org list. The winner will receive a free MLB DFS plus sports betting pass. And we've revamped the sports betting. So what we've done is on FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, we have the sports bets. We're going to have a hits list, meaning we're going to go through an Excel sheet and we're going to put it on there. And we're going to have a list of top, I don't know exactly how many it'll be. It really will depend on the slate size, but we'll have a list of the last 10 games, how often this person got 1+ hits. Then we'll go down the list and it'll be part of it. Then we'll have a whole prop sheet for you as well. So again, thank you everyone who's subbed in the past month. It's been crazy. I looked at the analytics and it's been awesome. So we're gonna have all the comments here. So any video that does get 50 likes, you'll be put into a random.org. You'll win a free week. If the video gets 100 likes, then we will give you the option. We'll put you in a list here, and you can win a free month of MLB plus DFS. So we're gonna get that out of the way real quick. It will randomize it 3 times, and then we'll jump right into the information that you guys are here for. So good luck to everyone here. If you are the winner, please comment on this video and then hit us up on Twitter at advisors_team to get signed up. 1, 2, and the winner of the free week is Fitz. Congratulations, Fitz. First time winner. Congratulations. So please comment on this video and hit us up on Twitter at advisors_team. So we also have added esports and gaming. We're going to start doing more. I've had a lot of questions about Plunder. I've had a lot of questions about Warzone 2 because I play Warzone 2 probably too much. I don't understand the hate of it, but we're going to start getting into more esports and gaming as well. And this isn't DFS. This is actually just gaming and like guides and stuff like that. So if that's something you're interested in as well, please hit the like button because I need to know. And let me leave a comment if you guys do play Warzone 2 and your thoughts on it. So, like I said, we have a ton of ways to win. If this video gets the likes, we're going to have that way. Another way to win a free MLB week pass, like the video, be a subscriber, tell me who's going to hit a home run and what inning they're going to hit it in. And put the distance travel just as a tiebreaker. So you can win multiple times. You can, if you do both of those, that counts as leaving a comment as well. So it helps everybody out. If you are new to the channel and you have subbed, we are trying a lot of things. So stick around. We'll talk about it throughout this video here. So the first game of the 10-game slate is the Cardinals at the Reds. Miles Mikolas versus Luke Weaver. Again, this is being played in Cincinnati. I am probably not taking the pitchers. I'm probably taking the bats yet again. I think we've taken the bats from both sides the past 2 games that they've had. A couple of nights ago, Goldie got us 2 home runs, was awesome. Wouldn't be surprised at that again. I don't trust the pitchers enough in Great American Small Park. This ballpark gives up the most amount of home runs. And you can find out how much by just going to the MLB tab and going to ballpark stat ratings. And you can see what the stats are for each ballpark that there is a game for that day. So that is definitely something to keep in mind. We have a ton of information on the website. Go check it out. So looking at the batters that have had success against Mikolas, I mean, I'm probably looking at stacking both teams here. Looking at India, 4 for 13 with 2 home runs. If he's in there, I absolutely love him there. Kevin Newman's more of a GPP pick, 3 for 19. Nick Senzel's 3 for 13, but 2 of those 3 hits are home runs. TJ Friedel, 2 for 4 with a double and a home run. Kurt Casale, if he plays, 3 for 7 with a double. Stuart Fairchild, 1 for 4, does have a home run there. But yeah, I will be looking to get exposure here. And then on the flip side of that, give me all of the Cardinals. Give me all of the Goldie, the Arenado, the Edman, the Wilson Contreras. Wilson Contreras, 2 for 9 with a home run. Arenado, 5 for 10 with 2 home runs. Didn't even see his numbers yet. Paul Goldschmidt, 1 for 4. Yeah, I love that. I absolutely love stacking both. I won't have exposure here. This is kind of the one that we had a bunch of pitchers the other day, and we were all over it. And now it's kind of like we have GPP pitchers because I don't really trust these guys in cash. So that's kind of where my thought process is. So this might be just a GPP day for me here. Moving on to the next game, you got the Blue Jays at the Tampa Bay Rays. We saw the Blue Jays put up 20 on, what was that, Tuesday night. Yeah, I'm not going to say they're going to do that every single night, obviously, but you got to put some respect on their name a little bit. So looking at this, you got Alek Manoah versus Zach Eflin. Manoah, 117 plate appearances, a 194 batting average against him, but he's been lit up this season. He hasn't looked like the ace that we saw in the All-Star game last year. And Tampa Bay's at home, and Tampa Bay at home is a different beast than Tampa Bay on the road. We know that. Eflin, on the other hand, 36 plate appearances, a 212 batting average, striking out 30.6. So, just looking, what Tampa Bay bats have had success against Alek Manoah might be your next question. I mean, Wanderers 3 for 16, so not much. Brandon Lau, 3 for 12, not much. Randy Arozarena, 3 for 12 with a double. He is still in the MVP race there. Mejia, if he starts, 2 for 13 with 2 doubles. I mean, there's not a lot. But again, it's still Tampa Bay at home. They're not going to lose 20-1. They're not going to just put up one run every game, obviously. We've seen them put up a ton of runs this year, especially at the Trop. So looking at this, I will have some exposure to Manoah. I'll also have some exposure to Eflin. Pretty much this is a tournament day for me only. Just because of the start times of the games. It's a Thursday. It's a travel day. You don't always have the best pitchers going, and that is definitely the case here. Eflin, on the other hand, the bats that have had success against him, Brandon Belt's 3 for 12. I don't trust him. 1 home run there. Whit Merrifield's 1 for 4. George Springer 1 for 1 with a double. Other than that, that's it. Eflin somehow has been very good this year, and that's kind of where I'm leaning. I'm leaning if you're asking me, I'm probably taking Eflin over Manoah, but I will have some exposure to both of these guys in tournaments. Then the Marlins at the Rockies. I am not taking any pitcher in this game. Like I said the other day, I like Yuri Perez for GPP because he's got the strikeout stuff, but it is Coors. The Coors effect is real. I fully expect to be stacking both sides of this game. And with the pitching that you have here, you pretty much can. The way the bats are and the pitchers are, we have an option to stack this game and still have some good options at pitching just because of how everybody else is priced on both Fanduel and DraftKings. So looking at this, I'm definitely looking at Colorado and Miami as a stack. Kind of need to wait it out a little bit to see the batter trends. You can find the batter trends right here. Fanduel and DraftKings batter trends, part of the premium content. $10 a month gets you that. But looking at what bats, if I am stacking against Kyle Freeland, Gene Segura 4 for 14 with 2 doubles. I don't mind. Luis Ariz is on base all of the time. Give me all the Ariz there. Brian De La Cruz is still cheaper option, probably a little bit priced up for the fact that it is in Coors, but we will take advantage of that. I'm still stacking here. Garrett Cooper hits lefties well. Yuli Gurriel is cheaper. Jacob Stallings, Jorge Soler. So yeah, I will be looking at stacking both sides of this, depending on who's in. For Colorado, 14. He hasn't faced them much. 14 plate appearances is nothing. Probably 1 or well, it's a couple. Ryan McMahon, 2 for 4, has got that eligibility at other places. You've got Jurickson Profar, Elias Diaz. You also have Chris Bryant. We have options, and I will wait for the batter trends, but that's the thought process when looking at these two guys. I'm not taking them, but I will be looking at stacking against them for sure. Padres at the Nationals, you've got Blake Snell versus Jake Irvin. The matchup on paper is good. Blake Snell's matchup the other day was good, and he got shelled. He got Blake shelled, which he's gotten shelled more than he has not gotten shelled when we've used him. But looking at that, striking out 41.8% of the batters in 55 plate appearances is pretty good. When his stuff is on, it is on, but it's not on all the time. Hopefully it is in this one. Looking at this, I mean, he has 24 strikeouts in 57 plate appearances. I want to believe I'm going to take Snell here. I wish it were in San Diego a little bit more, but I will have some exposure to Snell. But again, guys, this is a tournament-only day for me. I don't feel comfortable enough to do cash. So our cheat sheet, everything will be centered around tournaments. This might be a day to take off, but I know you guys are here. I know it's really hard to take a day off of DFS, so I am here to help you through this day and give you some options. If you want, you can also sports bet as well, because there are sports betting options at FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. I probably won't have exposure to Jake Irvin, and if I do, it'll be like 1 or 2 lineups if I make like 20-plus lineups. White Sox at the Tigers is the next game. Lucas Giolito versus, as of now, to be announced. 182 plate appearances, being as they're in the same division. They face a ton of him. They see him a ton. He sees them a ton. He's had more success than not. 28K percentage. I will have exposure to him. But let's just check out the bats that we have if you aren't taking Giolito on this slate. So Jonathan Scope, 13 for 41, 3 doubles, 2 home runs. Again, doesn't have any home runs this year, and a couple of days ago in the video, I said I didn't even realize he was still playing, haven't used him once. This might be one of those days where maybe I'll dabble a little bit if I'm stacking the Tigers, but I don't know. Miggy's 7 for 36 with 2 home runs, but he's looking washed. Javi's 10 for 24 with 3 doubles, a triple, and a home run, but you know, he's very streaky as a player himself. Eric Haase, 8 for 21, 2 doubles, 2 home runs. I don't mind him either. Badu, 5 for 16, a double. I don't mind a Tiger stack if you're not going with Giolito, but I will have exposure to Giolito, especially at Comerica Park against this roster. Orioles at the Yankees is the next game. Kyle Gibson versus Clark Schmidt. Gibson, 42 plate appearances, 333 batting average. Clark Schmidt, 41 plate appearances, a 176. Clark Schmidt has not been good in his career as a starter so far, but for whatever reason, he's had success against Baltimore. Baltimore is one of the best. Actually, I believe as of Wednesday, they had the second best record in all of MLB, which I didn't even know. I learned that after the Yankees beat them on Tuesday night. But looking at that, that's kind of the thought where I will have some exposure to both sides. Gibson, because the Yankees do strike out, probably a little bit less exposure. Clark Schmidt, it's hard to want to take Clark Schmidt because he's been bad, but he's also had really good games as well. So looking at this, let's see what Yankees bats jump out. I'm going to go with Aaron Judge, Rizzo. Greg Allen's 4 for 10 probably doesn't get the start, but if he does, he'll be a very cheap option. Glaber's only 1 for 9, but he's leading off. He's going to get those 4+ at bats, and we've got to take advantage of that. And he's looked good lately. Jake Bauers is hitting the cover off the ball. He started on Wednesday. Let's see if he can start on Thursday here, because he is a cheaper option as well. Judge is 1 for 5. Rizzo's 2 for 2 with a home run. I love Rizzo here. DJ's 1 for 1 with a double. So, yeah, I will be stacking the Yankees here. It really just depends on which ones you want to stack. Or if you are, I don't fault you for taking multiple different Yankee stacks today. And I will have a little bit of Clark Schmidt. But, again, the Orioles are not like the Orioles of 3 or 4 years ago. All of their number 1 draft picks, all of their years of quote-unquote tanking or whatever you want to say they were doing, sucking, I guess, it's come back and it's worked. Like they're young, they're hitting well, so we'll take advantage of that a little bit. I will have exposure to Clark Schmidt. Probably won't have any exposure to Gibson though at all. Next game, Phillies at the Braves. Aaron Nola versus, as of now, to be announced. Nola, 308 plate appearance. I mean, he sees them all the time. 27.3 K percentage, 260 batting average. I love that. I will be on the Nola train here, taking some exposure to him, especially in GPPs here. Then if we look at that and you want to see other things, I mean, if you aren't taking Nola and you want to stack the Braves, Acuna's 14 for 39 with 4 doubles and 4 home runs. I know a lot of people say BVP is bad, don't take it. Those numbers are fantastic. 46 plate appearances, he absolutely sees the ball. He might be my home run. So on our cheat sheet, we have the lineups, and we have home run calls, boomstick shots as we call them. He might be my boomstick shot of the day. In fact, I'm going to just say it now. That is who I'm picking to hit a home run for me on my boomstick call on the cheat sheet. So looking at that, I mean, fantastic numbers there. Austin Riley, 18 for 45, 4 doubles, 3 home runs. I mean, they hit well. 400 there. Ozuna, 11 for 44, a double, 3 home runs. d'Arnaud, I mean, 6 for 34, 3 doubles, 2 home runs. Michael Harris, 3 for 14 with 2 home runs. Now, Michael Harris hasn't looked very good this season so far. Not the numbers that he put up last year, but he has good numbers here. Looking at these numbers, I might be thinking a little bit less Nola, but again, it's GPP, guys. I'm only playing tournaments today, so might not have as much exposure as I thought I would with Nola. Unless, he limits 3 home runs and those are the 3 guys we pick, then we would still be good. I mean, those numbers would still be fantastic from what we're getting out of them. Next game, Mets at the Cubs. You got Carlos Carrasco versus Jameson Taillon. Carrasco, coming off the injury last time, didn't trust him. I still don't trust him. It's in Coors. I'll be looking at bats in this game. 45 plate appearances, 262 against him. Taillon, 45 plate appearances, 350 batting average. He's looked absolutely atrocious his entire contract so far with the Cubs. Good thing he's only got 3/4 of a season left, or 3 3/4 years left on his contract. Some batters against Carrasco. There's not a lot. I mean, it's bumped up because, 667, 333. No one's hit a home run. No one's hit a triple. 2 people have hit doubles. I don't care about the BVP there. I'm going to look at the batter trends. I'm going to look at who's been doing good. Chris Morel seems like he's hitting a home run every single game. I'll have exposure to him. Suzuki, same thing. Probably Dansby. Probably Patrick Wisdom as well. So I'll be looking on that. And then on the flip side, I don't trust Taillon at all. I've seen him pitch. He's just looked terrible this year. Tommy Pham has had his number, 8 for 24 doubles. Dan Vogelbach, Gary Sanchez both have home runs against him. Depending on who's out there in the lineup, probably stacking the Mets. Again, we'll wait till the lineup comes out. As you know, we kind of like to see the 1 through 5, 1 through 6 batters and build our lineups through there. Batter trends on top of that as well. Again, if you go to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com and you do sign up, the batter trends, the stats and the categories to look at, and I suggest looking at the ISO numbers and the WOBA numbers. So you can sort it out however you want. It goes by the last 50 plate appearances, 150 or 100 plate appearances, 150 plate appearances. So a lot of good information out there on FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. Then the Giants at the Brewers, to be announced on both sides. So I don't know when that'll come out. We'll kind of wait. Probably wouldn't take the pitchers anyway. Would be looking at batters in this game possibly, but we can't have batter trends without knowing what pitchers are coming out. Then the final game, the Athletics at the Mariners. We've got J.P. Sears versus Logan Gilbert. Sears, 49 plate appearances, a 159 batting average. Pretty good. Rarely have I taken an Oakland pitcher this year at all. I will be looking at getting some exposure to him just because it is a tournament day. Problem is, this is in Seattle. It's not in Oakland, so it's not the big ballpark that we would like him to be pitching in, but he's had good numbers against him, which is nuts. So just digging into those numbers, 49 plate appearances, who has had success? I mean, Julio's only 2 for 9, and he's looked bad this year. Suarez 0 for 4. I mean, yeah, Nothing, guys. No extra base hits, 14 strikeouts, and 44 at-bats. I will have exposure to him. Again, I don't trust him enough in cash because the Mariners, if they get on, they can hit well. They hit lefties well. But it just depends on what Mariners lineup comes out there today. And then on the flip side of that, I mean, the tried and true, we've used pretty much every night when I'm building multiple lineups, I'm taking a pitcher against Oakland if they're on the slate. And that's what we've got here. So Logan Gilbert, 78 plate appearances, a 21.8 K percentage, 236 batting average here with a 285 WOBA against him. It's kind of crazy. I'm still going to take a little bit of Logan here. I wish this were in Oakland, but we'll take what we can get. The Oakland bats that have had success, Tony Kemp's 9 for 19 with 2 doubles and a home run, 474. Laureano 2 for 10 with 1 home run. Shea Langoliers 1 for 5 with a home run. Other than that, I mean, Ruiz, if Ruiz gets on, if he gets on with a hit, you're going to get the points for the hit, and he's going to get a stolen base. Would not be surprised if he does get on, if he has multiple stolen bases today, depending. I mean, he could steal second and third, too. So that's the thing with Ruiz. If he's a very cheap option, doesn't get a lot of hits, doesn't have a lot of power, gets you the points with stolen bases there. So there you go. There's the breakdown. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it was a little bit. I mean, it wasn't a ton because the games aren't that exciting. The games really aren't that exciting. The pitchers aren't that exciting. That's why it's a tournament day for me. I'm going to be stacking. That's what we've got. So I kind of just wanted to show you MLB.com or MLB tab on FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. We have the BVP matchups. Some people like to see the BVP, especially like the Acuna BVP. We've got that going on. Stolen base targets. You can go through there. We have our cheat sheet, which includes our cash and GPP plays that we like. Today will only be GPPs. Then we have our top 6 stacks, the pitcher they're going against, and then the 4 batters we like in those stacks. Those are on the cheat sheet. The betting odds are just the Vegas odds for the day, so you can take that. You can sort it by how many. Well, let's just take a look real quick. So just kind of looking at what the Vegas odds are on the website. This is from Wednesday slate. I don't have it updated yet. And that was a good question that I had. I think it was yesterday. Was when do these normally get updated? And I want to say at the a normal day, probably 9 a.m. Central. Some other days, if there's not early games and it's only like a 6:05 start or 7:05 start, depending on where you're at, it'll be later in the afternoon. The optimal lineups come out about 45 minutes to an hour before first pitch, just because with other, MLB lineups normally come out earlier, but the problem is some of the lineups don't come out until a little bit later if they play at like 8 or 9 or 10 p.m., and then that's where you kind of get in trouble because then some players are out, so our lineups are a little bit messed up. So that you can kind of look at the odds. You can sort it by implied runs total, so you could see the Marlins on Wednesday were the most favorited team along with the Cardinals, and you kind of saw how those shook out with that. So that's kind of how you can take like the top 5, 6 if you want to stack teams, and then look at that and then go from there. That's kind of how we build our lineups too. You look for the implied run totals. So then you want to look at the Marlins. So then you want to go with this, and you want to go to the batter trends, depending if you're building Fanduel or DraftKings lineups. Then you go to the batter trends, and you sort it by the Marlins. And then this is a really good way. This is how we build our lineups. And then you sort it through there, and you can go through the ISO and WOBA. You can see how they've done, and then that's how we can build our lineups and look for the trends that other people might not see. And that's definitely a good way to start, hopefully, being in the green every day with DFS. Another one is ballpark ratings. So this is all of the stats currently through X amount of games in the ballpark in 2023. So as you can see on Wednesday, we kind of try to sort it and get you color coordinated to any weather concerns. And then we'll go off there. Then we'll see the ballpark, how many run totals. So right here, and you can sort it by however you want. So let's say you want to sort it by, the most amount of home runs. So out of all the ballparks that are currently here, Yankee Stadium has 79 home runs in it. Now, this isn't all. They're only ranked. This isn't all the ballparks. Obviously, these are the ballparks that are current for the slate. So this will be changed for today. So definitely check that out. And you can sort it by however you want. And that kind of gives you can use that along with the betting, along with the trends to get through there as well. Then if you go here, we have the optimal stacks, which you can check out, and then the batter trends there. So that is a ton of information. Hopefully it's very helpful for you. I've had a lot of people reach out. If you look at the comments from pretty much the past few videos, it's, hey man, thanks, been following you for X amount of time, started to win some money, awesome, keep up the work, stuff like that. It's been amazing to get that feedback. We've been around since 2014, and we've really, the last, honest to God, we've been around 9 years almost. We're not as big as the other sites. And I see the other sites, they give you like pick six, and then they give you core plays, and that's it. They don't dig into the numbers like we're doing. It's been very helpful. If you want to support us, there's a lot of ways to support us. There's donating. We've had people donate. Our Cash App is down below in the description. They've thrown us $5 or $10 a day. It's been awesome. Then we have just being a subscriber here. And if you watch the ads or click on the ads, that helps us as well. And it's completely free for you. I understand I don't always like the ads. I always hit the skip button. But watching them is free. It helps us out to bring you these videos. I really need to start... hopefully whenever we do get paid out by like Google ads and revenue and stuff like that, I can get a camera. My computer that I'm using is very, very slow. It won't even play like minor video games. It won't even play like I can't. It's hard to have a bunch of tabs open because it's so slow, and I think the computer's about 10 years old. I need to upgrade it. It's hard to with a 3-year-old. But I spend a lot of time here for you guys, so all the likes help, all the love helps. Hitting the ads definitely help. Subscribing to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com for $10 a month helps as well. Once football season comes around too, it'll be bumped up a little bit, but we're super excited. We're going to have a bunch of betting stuff and DFS stuff through the summer. And just want to say thank you. The last 2 months on this channel has been so much better content-wise, engagement-wise, view-wise than the last like 5 years, which is crazy to think about. And hopefully it just continues, and I'm very grateful for everybody. If you're still watching this video, I'm going to end it here. Good luck on this slate. Come back every day for something that we have to offer for you. So good luck today, everybody, and let's bring up some bacon. Peace!